pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will make motion to approve the agenda.
A second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Your report.
That was,
I met with Congressman, our congressman on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday. Congressman Downing. So he and one of his assistants came in. So he was just, just making the rounds. Glad to be back home. He actually took some time off, been putting a lot of miles on. He's hopeful for the dry red water. He's heard a lot about it. He's actively engaged with it. He's got multiple bills going on that he wants to get out. So he's been very active. The bill they just passed, they went over that somewhat. He wants to set something up. He said when you go to some like congressman's office, if they're from like Wisconsin, if you come in the door, they just give you cheese curds or like some kind of local products. I was like, well, 41 grains. He knew about 41 grains, and he knew about was it Farber, the ones that used to make this stuff. Anyway, so he has different ideas on what he wants to have there. He says he's got a website for federal projects. This was the big one. And nothing's like a guarantee, but if you have something that's outside your scope of money wise, and it could be anything, you can go to his website, and I should have gotten the details of it, but you can go to that website and say, okay, we want to do, like water for town of Circle. And there's no guarantees, but it's like, then he can try and work that into a bill or see if there's something out there that can help. So, just nothing really big. Didn't have anything earth shattering. He's well aware of the wind power project. But he does believe that, like, if the government made commitments that this government money is available for X amount of time, that money is available. And then going forward, that, we don't need to be giving as much in subsidies to something that doesn't need the subsidies.
did he talk about any benefits we might get out of the big, beautiful bill?
No, because we're not, honestly, I don't see, that's all about cutting funds. It's not about adding. So really, the only thing I think for us is his website. If we have to come up with something, but that's gonna be more town circle. For us, because if we have a bridge or something, we're gonna go to the state, not the feds. So unless there's flooding or something, but so no, he didn't come in here with a list of saying, okay, this is how it's gonna help the counties. So. Yeah. So that was mine.
Any other committee reports? We kind of skipped over the minutes there. Do we?
I can read minutes, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Alan and Dan South Road foreman met with the board to discuss the what road repair plans. Start next week, gravel project, Stargate improvements, and repairs on North Sand Creek Road. By the sheriff, Circle Fire Chief met with the board to discuss recent fires in the county, equipment issues, and fire department issues. Paul Skyberg, sheriff, met with the board to discuss equipment and painting issues. Commissioner Tatum moved to approve the purchase of a city law enforcement vehicle for $25,000 for the county, and Commissioner Stemple seconded the motion. The motion passed. Nancy Stemple, GIS coordinator, met with the board to discuss GIS issues. Commissioner Stemple abstained from the discussion. The hour of 11 a.m., the Board of Commissioners of McCone County, Montana, met in regular session with Lonnie Jensen, Ty Taylor, now Stemple president. Presiding officer Lonnie Jensen called the meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited. Commissioner Taylor moved to approve the agenda. Commissioner Campbell seconded the motion and the motion passed 0. June 23rd, 25 minutes were approved as read. Commissioner Jensen reported on that MCHC board meeting he attended in Circle on June 24th, 2025. The board will explore expanding the building size and improving the phone system. Commissioner Jensen reported on the fair board meeting he attended in Circle on June 25th, 2025. The board selected the architect for the fairgrounds kitchen replacement. The board reviewed and approved the payroll for the month of June 2025, voucher number 12 for warrants number 83596 through 83601 was issued in the amount of $6,861.68. Voucher number 1054 for automatic deposits in the amount of $1,002.83. Excuse me, I'll start over. $102,083.95 for a total payroll of $108,945.63 was reviewed and approved. The board reviewed and approved timesheets for June 2025 for the employees and department heads under the supervision of county commissioners. The officers' report for June 2025 were reviewed and approved for the sheriff, justice court, clerk of court, and clerk and recorder. Payroll deduction voucher number 1055 for warrant number 83602 in the amount of $39,260.10 for the Maple Health Care Trust was reviewed and approved. The meeting is open to public participation at 1 p.m. Dick Berry met with the board to discuss road conditions. Barry Taylor, DS coordinator, met with the board to discuss DS issues. Commissioner Taylor abstained from the discussion. The board reviewed and approved county claims for the month of June 2025. Voucher number 1057 for the amount of $331,482.94 was signed at this time. Correspondence occupied the board for the rest of the day. The meeting adjourned at 3 p.m.
Are there any additions or corrections?
I will approve the minutes for the red.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You want to put your TT on there? Here we have this Olness and Associates, it's a says here engagement, it's a contract that we need to review and approve.
So that's our agreement with them to come back and audit. And this year it'll reflect that we're gonna pay for a federal audit up front. So that also changes the schedule when they're coming. Because of all the grant money we've gotten in. And actually, we probably have to have them 2 years in a row do federal audit. All the federal money coming.
Is there a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion to approve the schedule and engagement letter.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
I,
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I'll go ahead and sign them. Next on the agenda is the TNRC membership invoice. I had that here somewhere.
Montana Natural Resource Commission. We tabled, I think we either tabled or we delayed it last week.
I think we tabled it till this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's membership dues for the amount of $2,643.
So that amount has come down from
Oh,
when,
yeah, yeah.
Any discussion, thoughts, opinions?
we've been with them for 4 years. At least 4, I think.
Oh, it's all four, cause I've been there ever since I started.
Okay, so,
This is my fifth year.
so it's more reasonable for us.
Yeah.
We still see the value, because the American Prairie was their original focus, and now they're expanding more. At this point, their focus has been with the forested counties, but with Todd Devlin being the, whatever he is of it, the manager or whatever, his big point has always been pilt and issues like that, so, I think it has value, and now that it's cheaper, it's probably a better deal for us.
They must be getting more counties, but it's cheaper.
And that could be. Or they realize, what it actually cost them to.
Yeah.
So. And we've had, landowners that have come to us
Yeah, that are.
who are adamant that we stay in this.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to. I guess I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. I do not see anything else on here.
No,
Except for budget meetings and that rest of the day.
budget's coming up, that PACE program, we just need to do a little research before that starts. So I did have a taxpayer approach me yesterday. It was online for one, and there was confusion over which PACE program. And then I explained to a taxpayer yesterday what this one was that we were referencing. The person wanted to know if the Department of Commerce was coming in like with more details. So I think we just need to, just do a little bit of research and have like a handout. So they can, because we can tell them it's Department of Commerce, if they want to do it, what it is they're basically getting government money. It's easier than a bank loan for them. And then they pay it back. It's not a grant. It's basically like a loan. They pay it back through an adjustment to their taxes or whoever owns that property. So, if somebody does it, we just need to have some more details. And I think it'd be good just to have a handout that,
Yeah.
here you go. Some of those frequently asked questions.
So, the ad in the banner, I was kind of lost on this too, so I looked up the code that was in there. And it basically, my understanding of it, it has to do with energy conserving measures,
Yeah.
on the customer side of a meter, whether it's electric or whatever, yeah. And so I printed off the code annotated, and if you want to if you guys want to
Oh,
look
good.
through it. Because I didn't have a good understanding of it either, so.
Yeah. Well, and I think after talking to the Department of Commerce, I think it's a good program. It's not, I don't see why people would complain. It's not grant money. You're basically borrowing money from the government that you are gonna pay back. It's the easier process to do it, and part of the way you're paying that back.
At a lower interest.
Yeah, they're getting a break. But it's also saving energy, which,
Yeah.
Our old house, when we put in new windows, made a huge difference.
Yeah.
The library with the spray and insulation. So I don't see downsides to it. Some people might complain about it, but it's not a grant. All it is you're agreeing to pay more in your taxes for 20 years or something.
And one question I had was, who implemented? Well, it's it must be the state, it's an MCA code.
Yeah, the legislature did it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I put out there. The state legislature is one that did it. So I kind of wanted to say, if you talk to your local representative, they might, they might have been involved in, I don't know, with most likely they voted for it, which is after talking to the Department of Commerce. It's not taking our money. We don't have to put money up. Yeah, I mean, somebody here has to take their tax dollars for it, but they're already coming in to pay taxes. So it's not an imposition on our part, and it's not a grant. I know a lot of people have issues with, green energy getting grants, and this is not a grant. So I don't see a problem with it.
And the other, I guess one other concern that was the way they read about the resolution, but it didn't, the commissioners won't put, my understanding is they'll propose a resolution, it won't be put into, it's a proposed resolution for review.
Well, we're getting to the point of having a resolution that we approve it in our county.
Okay,
But again, it doesn't cost us any money other than talking about a meeting about it. It doesn't cost us any money. It's not a grant. So we're basically granting permission for Department of Commerce to work with local people. So.
yeah,
And we'll see if people show up and are adamantly against it, but I don't
Well,
understand why you would.
I think there was a lot of confusion around it, and I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I was confused.
Yes, as soon as somebody tied it to Obamacare, I'm like, yeah. Then,
So I came in yesterday and printed these off and I made the owl look awful hot in his stocking cap, so I made him a new hat. And I'm kind of disappointed that you guys haven't noticed, so.
I have, I'm just like, did you do that last Monday when I was just not really with it? And I missed it completely last night because I didn't be like, oh, that looks great. And then you're like, yeah, I did it last. But no, it's got eyes and everything. So I'm quite impressed. I was just kind of wondering if it was you or your grandkids.
Yeah,
But
that concludes the meeting for today.
yeah. Oh, we have that Zoom meeting at noon today.